Welcome. Your items will be safe here. Travel light for your journey. Store your items here.
Oh, sleepy. Okay. Dailies. I wonder if I did my teacher this week already. I think I didn't. Didn't log in much. Oh, I did? Okay. I'll do Nest later then. No. Regular invader. Ah. Okay. Oh. Can't finish this on time. Hey. And hero skill, you know then. Oh, let me put Oh yeah, I didn't put the chat on. No wonder I'm feeling something's weird. Okay. Pop out chat. It's not showing the pop out chat. That's weird. Why is it not showing? Oh, okay. It's going to remove the chat since it's not working properly. Let's go back to the old setup. Huh? Where's this picture from? Oh, it's on top. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, round 2. Okay. Well, nothing much to do in the end now. What? Hero skill didn't kill with one shot? Amazing. Yes, I've seen the March patch notes. Like, outside of the new Ghost Book box, everything's like kind of expected. Like the tradable stuff is like, or we already know that's coming here. A tradable high grade. So I think there's nothing surprising there. I do think it's a good thing because I do need the tradable high grade fragments. Invader's Horn. To the garbage you go. Moonstone. To the garbage you go. Huh? You didn't break the thing? It should be like one skill to break the whole thing though. That's really weird. Tips on arena class? What type of tip do you want? Do you want gearing tip or do you want DPSing tips? If you want DPSing tips, I'll say try to focus on your bubble gathering. So the main idea for the class is you want to firstly cast your skills on time. Important skills are your skill jates and palm strike. Wild rush. So palm strike, wild rush, and flying knee kick. Ideally, those three. That's the skill J's people usually use. And palm strike is just a big hero skill charge. Wild rush also. So you want to focus on casting out those three skills on time while putting in sting as often as possible. Oh. Garbage. This is my first time having the second time having the FD plate from dungeon, but no point. Anyways, you want to focus on casting those skills on time because they are hero charge skills, which is like hero skill skills with like high hero skill charge. So ideally you want to cast them on time. And then after that, next thing you want to focus on is don't waste your bubbles. You should only use your steam, your steam flying kick or steam wild rush, whichever that you prefer. I'll say if you are going without the Third Awakening passive, without super hitting, like it's for dispatch, like the regular cast, not the Third Awakening cast, you should go for wild rush steam because it's easier to cancel and easier to hit. You should cast it so that you don't waste any bubbles, which is like controlling your bubbles so that it's always under 50 bubbles, which is the max bubbles. And a small tip will be like Palm Strike will immediately give you enough to cast a steam cast. So when you are using Palm Strike, you need to make sure that you have less than 35 bubbles. And if you are doing all that and you cast full up, because that's the other rune skill, if you are using that as often as possible, then you should be able to charge hero skill really fast. The fastest I did on Rina hero skill charge was like 15 to 18 seconds, so that's like really fast. Something like that will be like very helpful, because a huge part of, I'll say, any class DPS will be like charging your hero skill as soon as possible. And for Rina, some portion of her charge comes from using steam properly. So you will need to do that, and also of course the basics of casting the skills with high hero skill charge as soon as possible. Yeah. For AoE of certain skills, for example, like flow up, it is easier, like if you're doing dungeon clear, it is easier to hit if you're using CN3, to back off like a tumble distant. So you tumble back and then you cast, it's easier to hit that way instead of just sticking on the boss or whatever. That's for arc or dungeon clear because the boss there is smaller, but in raids usually they are big enough so that you can just hit. Yeah, and pretty much that. And another thing that I think you can use up is, if you are in raids, it's a good idea to have like the Third Awakening, the super hitting, steam, flying kick, and wild rush on, because it's an iframe extender for duck, so you can get a longer iframe with that, and you can use it to dodge skills, which I believe is a core mechanic of Rina DPSing in raids. But another thing is that in raids you'll want to kind of like abuse your iframe from that, because you can cancel all skills with duck. So if you have the Third Awakening on, it will be way easier for you to cancel skill and then iframe the boss attack. But it's just that you need that's more of, you need to be familiar with the raid and everything. Yeah. Any questions? Because I think Rina is a class harder to explain. It just needs a lot of practice. So, yeah, no problem. Yeah, the best way to get better is to practice in SCG, and then just learn how long the iframe is, so that you can abuse the iframe for more DPS. Because for that class, it's definitely possible for you to extend your iframe and then abuse it. And and for the ulti, even though in STG you should cast it as soon as possible, but in combat I'll say you cast it when you know that your duck plus further awakening iframe isn't long enough. Then you use the ulti so that you have more iframe. Key part is just try to make sure that you don't need to walk away to dodge, because you have the potential to just stay there and DPS the whole time. Yeah. Yes, Impactor is currently the hardest Machina now due to the hero skill charging, and also the part that her rune skill is not a part of the hero skill charge. So when you are doing Limit Runner, if you go for Limit Runner runes, what happened will be that you can't really... Oh, I have enough for this. Okay. Let's watch this stupid video. You will be refreshing your Limit Runner with Intense Shock, but Intense Shock doesn't add hero skill charge, and also Limit Runner, of course, does not add a hero skill charge. So having those in mind, second, take this first. Like, having those in mind, you can see that this class needs to focus on a lot of CD resetting. One is the Limit Runner CD reset, the ill action CD reset, and ADJ skill charge. So in my opinion, she is like way harder than the other Machina classes right now, because she does not have big AoE, especially for Limit Runner. And Intense Shock does not charge unless you hit something. And the AoE isn't really great too. So considering all that, yeah, not the best. And if you mess up the CD charge for Impactor, you will lose a lot of DPS and the hero skill too. Yeah. So because of those issues, she is the hardest Machina class. And for Defensio, she is one of the buggiest Machina class you can play, because if you are playing VDJ like me, usually like there's like at least 50% chance that your VDJ will bug in some way. Just because there's no reason. It's an air skill, so it'll bug a lot. Mostly it's just delayed casting for me, but that's because I'm not sure if it's because my pin or just the skill's just really badly designed. Either way, it is how it is. ED does not like Machina. Just finish this. Ah, I shouldn't cast this first, so it doesn't matter. Ah, it's not going to live for the second hero skill anyways. FD not important. Oh, I don't play arena, cause I don't have the TD for arena, and also my shades are second spec. Oh, that's a problem for air skill. That's just a problem for air skill. that's the problem for air skill. Same issue for ground spike. It doesn't do damage when you land on top. It also doesn't do damage when it lands. No reason, just because it's air skill. Air skill for DN is just really buggy. Yes, my class is Defensio. I think next month I'll go Luster, because I'm Defensio now for the skill up. And also that I need to go for Defensio to clear 25. Otherwise I won't be able to clear. Because I don't have Luster ADJ plus 15. I went for Defensio because my variant is Defensios. And also just Defensio is the easiest class for Machina to clear arc. Why do I want Luster? I already did like two months of Defensio, I think, in a row. So I'll just switch around. And also that I want to try my Luster DDJ. It's not here, but it's in my storage. Because I got 15 Luster DDJ a month ago. Yeah, I think it's at either the start of February or end of January. I got myself 15 DDJ, and I want to try that out because I think I can ditch BMJ in raids now. So I want to try that out. That's the main reason. And also just that my raid party only have like one element debuff. So when our element debuff dies, there won't be a good DPS for the whole team because no element debuff for the whole run if he dies early. And if I go Luster, at least there will be a second element debuff, and we'll only lose element debuff if both of us die, which is really unlikely. My case, I like Defensio more, but my class is just not up to date. Like, my OB27 clear time, I know I can do faster now, but still, with my gears, 4 minute only, not amazing, man. No, it's not an amazing record, because I think people with similar gears are already at like 2 minute or 3 minute fat. Yeah. I think so. I think Machina spin-off's coming soon. But it will only unless they introduce her as a new support class. Otherwise, I don't think it will be a big impact for me because the classes I mainly play are both support classes. So if it's a pure DPS, I don't think it will change anything for me. Just because I play tank and support. Which are like both are already expected to do less CPS. It's not going to change anything for me. But for people who are playing Impact or Arena, it might be a change for them. They might need to class change. For me, it doesn't, I'm not affected, is what I can say. I'll forever be a Defensio. Reasons why? Because for support classes, you're not expected to gear as much. So I can get away from having slightly lower gear compared to my rate mates. But even then, compare with all the machinas on there here, my gears are top. So that's something. Yeah. So they don't really have a chance. Not they don't really have a chance, but they don't really have a choice, like my roommates. Okay, yeah. What was I going to do now? Do I want to use more FTG? I think I have enough for more. And just exchange some FTG potion. FTG potion with you event. Yes, into lock in. No, I hate locking in. It's taking forever. Okay. Let's see, what else do I need to exchange? I don't think I need the traces. I can just exchange all of them. Do I want intact jewel? How many jade pieces do I have now? 64, so it's enough for another 6 more, which I don't have enough dimensional energy for it anyway, so I guess I'll just exchange it and just leave it there. Should I or should I not? I probably should. Okay. And then multiple exchange for 50. Okay, today it is time to do FTG. I think I need to think a bit. I think I start at 2017. Yeah, it should be 2017. It's either 2017 or 2018. Okay, 6K. Let's go. Unlimited dungeon. So it'll be 7 years once we reach like November, I think. Yeah, once we reach November, it should be 7 years. I'm not the oldest player. I've been here since the 93 cap, so I have experienced the drop on the quality of the raids since Ice Dragon. For me, the fun part for Dragoness, it's the community, especially for raiding. I think I can only stay this long because of my raid team, and I've been in the same raid team for at least like 4 years now. Yeah, it should be like 4 years, around 4 to 5 years, even though like more than half of our teammates are gone. Most of them are new, and also not that new at the same time because I know them before already, but the OG people already quit for quite a while. And for the state of the game, I really don't want them to come back. I'll probably quit if my raid team disband though. That's what I can say. Is the game worth playing forever? No, definitely a no. Oh, only reason I'm still playing is because of my raid team. The quality of their raids just dropped a lot. Especially for me because I'm a tank player. I'm a defensive player since Rune. But class is just not in a good state for a while, and I think the only raid I play as only mainly defensio will be like Gust and Forest Hardcore. Gust Hardcore, yeah, Forest and Gust Hardcore, but then both of the raids is because our team has another tank back then. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like for treasure, I switched from defensio to impactor, and honestly, I can tell you, there's no difference. No difference for the team. Yeah, they don't need a tank anymore. It's because they didn't design the raid to have a tank. And I feel like right now, at least for defensio or just any party running with a Luster, it's even worse. Because Luster has shield for the whole team. My over defense has lower duration compared to internal ISO. So when I am just in the same team with Luster, my internal ISO, I mean my over defense gets covered by internal ISO. So it's just stupid. And also in terms of raid design, since treasure they've made it so that tanks cannot aggro on the last stage, which is just stupid. Because what's the point of bringing the tank then? The hardest part of the raid is always the dragon stage, and you just kill the importance of the class. On dragon stage. Why don't you just bring the DPS then? And it's not like tanks will make everything up until then much easier. So it's just, I don't know what they're thinking about the design. Like I understand if they made it so that maybe like stage 1 tanks doesn't worth anything, doesn't do anything, but on dragon stage tanks can maybe make one particular mech easier for the whole team. Then I understand. But nope, they decided to make it so that tanks cannot aggro out for dragon stage for 2 raids already, so that's something. Yeah. And now they made it so that the tanks need to DPS themselves too. I think it's a good change, but they should still give tanks something to do. when you can aggro the boss. Like they already made it so that the barrier, the shield, the barrier or whatever, is not permanent. Because before, I think before GDNTA, tanks are able to keep their barriers up for a longer time compared to now. And I'll say they did this change on tank's barrier so that the HP does not look at the tank HP anymore, and also it's impossible to keep it up full time. Oh, a goblin coin. Oh, that could have been an ancient energy, I think. So like they change it so that you can't maintain the barrier full time, and also that the HP is based on the character, not on the tank anymore. Before it's based on the tank, so it is possible for the tank to get like full HP build, so that the shield is thicker, and it is possible for tanks to even replace healers in some cases, which we tried it out. Like my old raid team back when I'm still in the Taiwanese server tried it out without healer for GDNTA while it's still hard, and I was playing BP 1 HP BP. It's possible to play like that even when I really need a healer. But yeah, anyways, after that change, whether the tank is useful in raids, it's more determined by whether they design it so that you can aggro the boss at the last stage, which you can see that they are not doing that anymore. It's either that you can aggro the boss but it doesn't really make a big difference, or you can't aggro the boss at all. That will be the case of Frozen and oh, why didn't my ground spike not work? That's really weird. Anyways, it's even worse in Frozen Hardcore, because some of the mech stat tanks can help with, like for example the stage 1 what's it called again? Stage 1 triangle mech. The aggro does not go to the tank even though the provoke is on the boss anymore. And also for Dragon Stage, before the tank can aggro the summons, now they also just don't look at the tank aggro anymore. So I can say that at least for Forza Hardcore, there's no point of getting the tank. Like absolutely no point of getting a tank. Is what happened with all their stupid balancing. You would have think that because the tank is weak now, they should add more mechs that will be affected by provoke. But nope, that's not how it works for ED. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Yeah. Anyways. I only know about this because I tried to aggro a few weeks ago. To aggro the summons 3 weeks ago, and I see it doesn't work at all. I also tried to aggro for stage 1, and it doesn't work too. So yeah, that's how it is now for tanks and then everything. Like except for stage 2 and Frozen. there's nothing that you can skip or make easier for your DPSs with provoke. And honestly, if you have a high DPS in your team, they can control the aggro pretty well, especially if it's a Tempest class or just any archer class outside of Silver Hunter. Usually the aggro will be on them. Sometimes warrior too. So like, what's the point of getting a tank when you can just maintain the aggro on... Oh god. Thank you, ED. Nice crash from sorting inventory. Okay. When do I run raids? I should put it up here. Today will be like 1 a.m. 1 a.m. There. Can have that. Next raid stream 1 a.m. My party runs at weird times now because our saint works night shift. So usually it's late run. Yes, I'm going to live that raid. It will be 1 a.m. Like usually I live stream my raids. I don't usually live stream my dailies though. I do live stream my raids more. But since my raid team cut down from 3 to 2 now, so I only have 2 raid team now. I won't be able to stream as much as before on raids. So I'm just doing some daily streams sometimes in a week. Yeah. Both of the parties I'm in now can just clear easily, so there's nothing exciting about the raid anymore. There's no exploration team in there. And I'm trying to find a raid team for my sub luster. But I don't think anyone wants to take luster now, so... Anyways... So for a while, you guys will just until I find a raid for my sub. Otherwise, usually it's just at most like 2 raid runs per week only, because I can't find another raid team that's willing to take my sub luster. Mostly because my schedule doesn't work out for people. And because I'm a PSC player, so it's very hard for me to... Oh god, why is that one still there? tank is nice at stage 3. On dragon stage, you can't provoke anything on stage 3 though. The dragon does not take aggro, the summons does not take aggro for hardcore. And it's like for other classes, for other tank classes, that's fine because they have like high aggro value, but Defensio has very low aggro value because she's a newer class. So if provoke doesn't work, she cannot take aggro from anyone unless she's the one that's dealing the most DPS in the party, which is nearly impossible because tanks are just bad on DPSing. Shield is nice. Well, like I think you didn't hear the first part of the stream where I'm complaining that having a luster just eliminates the existence of tanks, because luster shield is like permanent compared to this stupid 25 seconds. So if you run tanks with a luster, your protected shield will be overridden by the luster Eternal Light Soul, because it goes with whichever one that's there first, and usually it should be the luster one because she's able to maintain the shield forever. So considering that, why don't you just bring a luster? Don't get me wrong, I am a Defensio main, but I am forced to play luster because Defensio is useless. As much as I don't want to say this. I don't have enough for... Oh, I do. Okay. I have enough for another run, then I need to exchange more. Yeah. So how the shield works is that it overlaps. Not overlaps, but it overwrites. So if you have a luster in the party, and you have a destroyer in the party, the shield will likely be luster shield. The destroyer shield is only there if your luster shield breaks first and she did not reapply it. Otherwise, it will always be the luster shield that's working, just because of the CD of the tank shield. So the shield that you are saying that's so great is actually from luster. It's not from the tank. So that's how it is. It's just very stupid. And I'll say it's not the tank's problem. It's just how ED designed things. For tanks to be back, they need to like make it so that provoke is important in the dragon stage. They don't need to do that for other stage. They just need to make it so that if you have a tank, a consistent aggro, or just letting the provoke work and making the boss just change aggro every once in a while if there's no provoke status on, then no. Why? Anyways, I'll say if they do that, it will be very easy to make it so that tanks are important. Oh, I don't have the hero skill yet. Okay, no wonder. I don't think I need a hero skill too. Why is this one so easy to kill? Anyways. Oh. Let me just finish this. Because I might die here. Mess. No, yeah, like Gust. Gust, you can aggro on Dragon Stage, so there's still importance for the tank, because having a tank will make it easier for the chasing mech at 50%. Is it 50%? I remember there's two, like one at 80 and one at 50. Yeah, the chasing mech. If it's the big one with hammer. Oh, Golden Goblin. Interesting. Okay. That will be, like, something like that will be a good design. Or, anything like the IDN. IDN's also pretty good. That's a lot of stuff. Do I have enough space for it? I do. Yeah, like right now, if you have Luster in your party, you don't really need tanks anymore. Just because the shield will just get overridden by Luster shield. How do I know? Ah, tested before. Even though it's from years ago, but it should still be the same because ED never changes their mechanics for stuff. Oh yeah, flow up hitbox is bad, but it's good for raiding though, like raiding or just single boss targets. I'll say you can consider going like half palm strike and half flow up. That's not a bad idea. Like that way you don't need to change everything. But yeah, it's just sad that how they make it so that tanks just useless in raids now. Because when, like, outside of your own party, when people are considering who they are getting inside the raid, being a tank won't give you bonus points now. But where's my pet? Why are you stuck here? Can you come here so that there's someone that's picking up the things? Like before, it's a big, huge bonus point if you are a tank and you can DPS at the same time, because they can skip certain mechs with the help of tank. Like we can say that's the case for Forest and also Gust. But since Treasure, they made it so that you can't aggro anymore. You can't provoke anymore. And if you can't provoke, it's very easy for DPS classes to just take your aggro just because they can. How many dimension energy is that? Oh, nice. I have enough for another one. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's not expected. Okay, let's go back to St. Haven first. Yeah, I think going mix is not a bad idea. Like, saves money. Most important part. Okay.
Hello there.
Yeah, but they probably won't do anything to that yet, because I think ED's just waiting to revamp the whole Nest system again. Oh, why do I have this? Give me some garbage here.
Take your time. My stuff is awesome, eh?
Okay, 2. And then let's see.
You don't look very rich.
Yeah. But I don't think they'll add anything anytime soon though. Oh, this is only 10k? Oh, 15. I mean, it just doesn't really matter because it's rare drop, but doesn't really worth anything. There's this one. Ah, why is it? Okay. Okay, and let me see. What's the price for this? Oh, there's so many cheats here. Okay, nice price, man. Okay, they go garbage, I think.
Don't just window shop, buy something.
Garbage you go. What's this? Don't have enough. Well, yeah. Like, there's definitely a lot of things that they can do better. What I'm looking forward to is that the newest raid that they're developing, the Bone Dragon Nest. I hope tanks are useful there, because I really don't want to play Luster. And I have a feeling for the new BDNTA hardcore, I'll be playing Luster. Even though tanks are maybe useful on Dragon Stage, but the buffs from Luster is just too good. So likely I won't be Defensio. I really want to play Defensio though, but we'll see. need to try it before my team can decide which class I'm going for. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's do some more dungeons. Yeah. I mean, I think the best design for tanks will actually be Rune Dragon, because you can see how tanks are important at all of the stages. Like, not having a tank will not make the raid unplayable, but having a tank will make some stuff easier. To be specific, for stage 1, they made it so that the area has spikes that reduces percentage HP if you step on it, and if you have a tank, the tank can just lure the boss away from that, so DPS can DPS freely. And because the spikes move every once in a while, so the tank need to kind of lure the boss in I forgot if it's counterclockwise or clockwise, so that the DPS won't need to DPS inside the spikes. Yeah. And for stage 2, there's the mech at the last bar for Rune that will have like the boss split it into half, and you'll need to finish them at the same time, otherwise there will be like AoE kill for the team. But if the bosses are too close together, like not too close together, but if they run into each other's area, they will get iframe, and then you won't be able to hit them until they are separated. So what tanks can do there is that they can let the team focus on one first while they lure the other one away, and just have the team go finish down that one, and then they just switch areas. So I think that's a good design. And also the last part at the last bar, where the boss will just move everywhere. That one, if you have the aggro, the boss will just focus on you, and everyone else can just be safe and go to the corner. And because tanks usually have more iframe and more damage reduction, they can tank the boss hits while everyone else is safe. Yeah, something like that. Like, I will say that's good design. And even for stage 3, okay, treasure pouch. Yeah. Even for stage 3, where the lizard mage, or whatever mage that is, having the aggro on tank will make like 1 or 2 mechs easier. So I think if they design something like that, at least people will want to play as tanks, or bring tanks into the party instead of just getting 1 more extra DPS, or even just get a Luster, because Luster has barrier now. Oh, but that's not the case from before, because Luster doesn't have barrier before. It's only, I think, a change during, like, after treasure. Yeah, like a buff after treasure that they remove the healing, but change it into shield. I'll say the healing is more worth it for Luster though. Better than barrier in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I understand now. My skill got cancelled by electrocute. Oh, that's what happened earlier. Yeah. Spin-off Makina, I hope they make it into a special support class. Instead of just pure DPS. If they really want her as DPS, please, please, please bring Gear Step back. I don't care if you put it on the spin-off. I just want Gear Step back. That's how desperate I am now with Gear Step. I miss Gear Step. I'll definitely go play if there's Gear Step on the class, even though I probably won't main it because it's too expensive to switch mains now. Why is there always Golden Goblin here? Healer, yeah, a new healer will be nice. Oh, okay. Our saint said that he's going to be late, so it's probably going to be... The rate today will probably be like 1:30 or closer to 2. Luster, you should go for VDJ ADJ. But I personally do not think that Luster should use ADJ at all, because she is a support class. And in raids, you should be focusing on buffing instead of DPSing, especially when the hero skill will mess up your buffing sequence. And I don't think it's possible to maintain all 3 buffs on permanently if you need to cast ADJ. I mean, it's hard for you to not lose damage, not lose ADJ CD, and still maintaining all the buffs. It's almost impossible. So I don't think ADJ is a good choice unless your party needs you to be a Luster and DPS. And I'm talking about you being the highest DPS while still being a Luster. If that's the case, I would suggest you to change your party. Not to be toxic, but it's just how it is. Because Luster Jades are not there for DPSing, but for the utility. Just going for VDJ BMJ makes you safer. Going for VDJ ADJ makes you having a easier time in gathering bubbles on time. If we talk about having BMJ DDJ, it's about the same thing with. Oh, why is it dropping so much stuff? Oh, stupid flow boom stamp, that doesn't work for anything now. Yeah. Like, you can go for ADJ, but I personally think that ADJ is a STG only Jade. Not to be mean, but I think it's a STG only Jade. It can be DPS, like you can use it as a DPS. It's just that it's not doing that much damage. Your team will benefit more from you buffing properly than you having slightly more damage. Is how I'll see it. Did it not drop the dimensional? Yeah, it didn't drop dimensional energy. Sadness. Okay. You can use it as a DPS, but it's not a high DPS class. Is what I can tell you. It is not a high DPS class. So you rather spend on something else other than doing DPS. Because I'll say, for my case, like, I'll think that I'm one of the most geared luster in the server, if not the most geared one. In my case, my DPS, even though I'm so geared, I'm only like 1/3 of my party's DPS. Not one. I mean 1/3 of my party's highest DPS. So, it makes more sense to me that instead of getting that little 5% increase in damage, I just buff them more because they will benefit more from me buffing them than I getting more damage. And also another thing is that I don't like the fact that Flood Trick is doing like casting Flood Trick on time is a very big thing for a luster if you are using ADJ. So if that's the case, you usually won't be able to use your Flood Trick for buffing if you want to DPS. Just because how it's connected to hero skill, you'll be losing damage if you use Flood Trick only for buffing. Like if you prioritize buffing instead of DPSing, you'll be losing damage. Like I can't say that the ADJ is completely useless, but at least for raiding or playing in parties, I don't see the point of getting it. Unless you're really rich, then that's another case. You can get a 15 ADJ and just switch it out when you want. Then that's fine. I respect your decision. At least for me, I don't think it's really that worth it. I might still get ADJ in the future, but right now, if possible, I'd rather get Rena ADJ. Because I can do raids fine without the ADJ. And, Luster ADJ AoE is just really bad in Arc 2. So you won't necessarily be much better with ADJ. Yeah, that's how I see it. But I won't say that my point of view is the best one. You should also ask other Luster players. For me, a very big concern of me is just how ADJ doesn't really work well with raiding support. And you need to remember that having all your buffs on is also increasing your own DPS. So if you go for ADJ build and then you focus on using your ADJ instead of buffing, you will lose at least 20% element, or having like half of your might uptime down to like quarter uptime instead of half, because usually it should be at least half. If you are going with VDJ BMJ, it should be around like half of the coverage. So that's something that I think Muster players should consider. But then I know that a majority of C players just really wants to look at high DPS, so whatever suits you, man. Whatever suits you. Not going to judge. Yeah, like buff uptime is a very important thing of Duster in raids though. No problem. Glad that I help you. But yeah, definitely should ask other Luster players. Because they might have a different point of view compared to me. Especially the ADJ users. I didn't really use ADJ, so I don't know how it works on Luster buffing. But like even for regular buffing, I feel like the CDF flush trick, you cannot waste it at all if you want to maintain all buffs. At least I can't do it without casting on time. I can't buff on time if I cast flush trick every time it's up. That's not a thing for me. But it might be my bubble maintenance. My bubble management's just not good. I don't really think so though. Because I think I had 100% uptime on 2 buffs and at least 90% on 3 buffs, so it's pretty good already. Yeah. That's considering all the mechs. I'm always able to have like at least 2 buffs on me. Okay, I'm run out of vigor. Then I'll probably just do some nests, maybe. Let's do some nest. Does a bug inside Rift? I don't know. I'm defensive since they introduced it Rift, so I don't know about that. You should ask me in March, then I should know. Now I don't know because I don't play Luster for a whole month already. I can see how it might be a thing, but I need to try it myself first so to see that if it really bugs. I'll say the problem with flush trick buffing is that if the ground is uneven, sometimes it won't apply on you. So you need to make sure that you buff at a place where it's flat. Oh god, I'm going to do this now. Huh? How did that ground swing not hit? Is it because it's too high? Yeah. How long's the stream already? 1 hour and 26. I'm kind of lazy. Okay, I call it a day now. Okay, I'm going to end stream now because I'm sleepy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later at either like 1:30 or 2 a.m. depending on when our saint is back. Then I'll stream then. Now is a good time for me to sleep now, so that I have enough energy for the raid later. Thank you for watching.